Ruth. The name whispered on the wind, conjuring images of golden fields and unwavering devotion. A name that carries with it a story of resilience, faith, and an unyielding spirit. But before the love story, before the lineage of kings, there was a woman. A woman whose journey would transcend borders and beliefs. A young woman shaped by the sun and sands of Moab. Her spirit, as enduring as the desert itself, was forged in the heat and trials of her homeland. The Bible tells us little of Ruth's early life. We can only imagine the experiences that molded her character and prepared her for the path ahead. We know she was a Moabite, a people often at odds with the Israelites. This cultural divide would have been a significant part of her identity. We know she married Mahlon, a man from the tribe of Judah. Their union was more than a marriage, it was a blending of two worlds. And we know their marriage, like so many stories, began under a hopeful sun. A sun that promised new beginnings and endless possibilities. Life in Moab was likely different from the stories Mahlon told of his homeland. The customs, the people, the very air she breathed would have been a contrast to what Mahlon knew. Yet love has a way of bridging differences. It creates a bond that transcends cultural barriers and unites hearts. Ruth embraced her new life, her new family. She adapted, learned, and grew, becoming an integral part of her new community. Little did she know, fate had woven a tapestry of both joy and sorrow waiting to unfold. Her journey was just beginning, and the threads of her destiny were being carefully spun. Life, as it often does, took a cruel turn. Famine stalked the land, driving Mahlon's family to seek refuge in Moab. Years passed, tinged with both happiness and hardship. Then tragedy struck, leaving Ruth a widow, her husband Mahlon gone along with his father and brother. 3 women, bound by grief, clung to each other. Naomi, Mahlon's mother, was left bereft, her sons gone. Orpah, her other daughter-in-law, shared in her sorrow. The weight of their loss hung heavy, a suffocating shroud. News reached Naomi that the famine had lifted in Bethlehem, her homeland. The thought of returning, of finding solace in familiar ground, took root in her heart. It was time to rebuild, to find a glimmer of hope in the ashes of despair. The journey back to Bethlehem stretched before them, long and uncertain. Naomi, heartbroken and weary, released her daughters-in-law from any obligation. Return to your people, she urged, find comfort and love anew. Orpah, torn by loyalty and the desire for a fresh start, bid a tearful farewell. But Ruth, her heart bound to Naomi by love and loyalty that transcended even death, refused to leave her side. Where you go, I will go, Ruth declared, her voice strong despite the ache in her heart. Your people will be my people, your God, my God. It was a vow of unwavering devotion, a testament to the enduring power of love in the face of adversity. Bethlehem, the city of bread, whispered the wind, a name that held both promise and uncertainty. For Ruth, it was a step into the unknown. The customs were unfamiliar, the language a melody she was yet to learn. Yet, she faced this new chapter with quiet courage. Survival was paramount. With no husband to provide for them, Ruth knew she had to find a way. Gleaning, gathering leftover grain from the fields became her lifeline. It was humble work, backbreaking under the relentless sun. But Ruth never faltered. Each ear of barley, each grain of wheat, represented not just sustenance, but resilience. She toiled not just for herself, but for Naomi, her love a shield against the harsh realities of their new life. Fate, it seemed, had taken notice of Ruth's quiet strength. Her path one day intersected with a man named Boaz, a wealthy landowner and a kinsman of her late husband. He saw her, a foreigner in a foreign land, toiling in his fields. Boaz, a man of principle and compassion, was drawn to Ruth's diligence, her quiet dignity. He learned of her loyalty to Naomi, her unwavering spirit. He saw perhaps a reflection of God's own grace in her actions. He extended kindness to her, offering her protection and ensuring she had enough to eat. His actions, though small, were a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the most difficult of circumstances, goodness could be found. Section 6, kindness and protection. Word of Boaz's kindness spread, a testament to his character. Naomi, wise and perceptive, saw an opportunity not just for her daughter-in-law's well-being, but for the preservation of her late husband's lineage. The custom of levirate marriage, where a brother or close relative would marry a deceased man's widow to continue his line, was still practiced. Naomi, with the mother's heart, saw a chance for Ruth to find security, love, and a future. It was a daring plan, fraught with social complexities. Yet Ruth, trusting in Naomi's wisdom and perhaps sensing a flicker of hope in her own heart, agreed. She would approach Boaz, not with demands, but with humility and respect, placing her fate in his hands. Section 7. Under his wings. The harvest festival was a time of celebration, a time to give thanks for the bounty of the land. It was a period when the community came together, united in their gratitude and joy, sharing the fruits of their labor with one another. It was under the cloak of this joyous occasion that Ruth, following Naomi's guidance, made her way to Boaz. Naomi, her wise and caring mother-in-law, had instructed her on this delicate mission, hoping to secure a future for Ruth. She found him asleep, the harvest moon casting long shadows across the threshing floor. The night was serene, the air filled with the scent of freshly harvested grain, and the soft glow of the moonlight created an almost magical atmosphere. It was a vulnerable moment, a silent plea for protection and provision. Ruth, with her heart full of hope and uncertainty, approached Boaz with a mixture of courage and humility, knowing the significance of her request. She unveiled her request, asking him to spread the corner of his cloak over her, a symbolic gesture of marriage and security. This act was not just a plea for protection, but a profound request for acceptance and a new beginning. Boaz, a man of honor and integrity, was moved by her courage and humility. He listened intently, recognizing the depth of her bravery and the sincerity of her plea. He saw her not as a burden, but as a woman deserving of respect and admiration. Her strength and character shone through, and Boaz felt a deep sense of responsibility and admiration for her. He promised to do right by her, to fulfill the role of kinsman redeemer. This vow was not just a promise of protection, but a commitment to honor and cherish her, ensuring her place within the community and securing her future. Section 8, a future secured. There were obstacles to overcome, legal complexities that needed to be addressed. Another kinsman, closer in relation, had the first right to marry Ruth. Boaz, a man of his word, navigated these challenges with grace and determination. In a public display witnessed by the elders of the city, Boaz ensured all legalities were met. He redeemed not only Ruth, but also the land that belonged to her late husband, securing a future for both of them. It was a testament to Boaz's character, his willingness to do what was right, regardless of social conventions. And for Ruth, it was the culmination of her unwavering faith, her loyalty, and her quiet strength. Section 9. A legacy of faithfulness. The story of Ruth could have ended there, a tale of resilience and redemption, a story of a woman who, despite all odds, found a new life in a foreign land. But God, it seemed, had woven a greater tapestry, one that would stretch far beyond the fields of Bethlehem, a tapestry that would interlace with the very fabric of history, touching lives and shaping destinies. Ruth and Boaz, bound by love and mutual respect, welcomed a son, a child named Obed. This child was not just a symbol of their union, but a beacon of hope for future generations. Obed, the miracle child, became the father of Jesse, who in turn fathered a king, the legendary King David. David, whose reign would be marked by wisdom, courage, and a heart after God's own. Ruth, the Moabite woman, the gleaner in the fields, found her place not just in the lineage of Boaz, but in the very lineage of Jesus. Her humble beginnings did not define her. Rather, her faith and determination did. Her story, a testament to the transformative power of love, loyalty, and unwavering faith, continues to inspire. It shows us that true faithfulness can change the course of history. Ruth's journey reminds us that even in the face of adversity, even in the most unexpected of places, God's grace can be found. and his plans, beautiful and mysterious, will unfold. Her legacy is a powerful reminder that faithfulness, no matter how small, can have a profound impact on the world.